Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday here on Gaming with ADHD, where today we're going to be taking a look at the contents of the Firefight starter box from Mantic Games. Now, this is the large mass battles science fiction game set in the Warpath Universe that includes Deadzone, Dreadball, and eventually, I hope, new rules for Warpath, which is even bigger battles than Firefight. Now, we're also going to be doing a series of live assemble and paint videos that I'll be doing over the next few weeks. So, Monday mornings, make sure that you come back and hang out and chat. You'll be able to see how the miniatures go together, any difficulties that I have, or suggestions that I come up with. So that if you decide to get into the game yourself, you'll know what to expect when working on the box set. But for today, we're just going to start by taking a look at everything that you get in the box itself. So before we get started, go ahead and make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We try to put out a few videos each week covering all sorts of tabletop content, and I'd love for you to come along and see what we have to share. So, on that note, let's switch over and get started. All right, so first off, I do want to point out that my camera is zoomed out as much as possible, and I can't fit the entire box in the screen. So that's already a good sign. I do have my infamously small work area, as any longtime viewers will be aware of, but this is, I'm doing the best I can, folks. All right, so with that said, this actually is a good-sized box. It's going to run you about $130 US. I say about because, again, depends on where you purchase it from, maybe you've got coupons or discounts, I don't know, but the official retail price is about $130, okay? In it, we're going to be getting models for the Enforcers, basically the elite human troops of the Galactic Co-Prosperity Sphere, and the Marauders, the orc-like beings that technically are part of the GCPS, but it all depends. Sometimes they get grumpy and they go off on their own and they become Marauders. But they are fun. Let's go ahead and flip it over, take a look at the back where we do get an idea. I do apologize for the reflections from the lights. I'll, adjust as much as possible. But as you can see, here's all of the contents. We get lots of rule books. There's a mass ton of orcs and a good amount of enforcers. We've also got rulebooks, dice, tokens, etc. Our official contents says over 70 miniatures, 40 Marauder commandos, and 4 Ripper suits. Ripper suits are big kind of... so it's really interesting. Marauders in Warpath are intelligent. They're not the big, dumb, psychically attuned orcs that you're more familiar with in other miniatures games. But the Ripper suits are still kind of have that rough looking feel you usually associate with orcs. But basically it's big suits, big guns, all that kind of stuff. And then for the Enforcers, you're going to get 20 Enforcers, 5 Peacekeepers, which are big, massive Enforcer suits, and 2 jet bikes. So, obviously, you're getting a lot of stuff. This box is not light. There's a lot going on here. So, let's take the box. I'm nothing but a professional around here, folks. All pro, all the time. All right, and actually I'm going to have to adjust this a little bit to get around cameras and cords and lights and dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. All right, so obviously this box is packed to the gills. Everything is kind of bagged up. Probably something to do with the manufacturing. So I'm going to leave it in the bags for ease of organization later. Let's take a look at the first set. All right, so these are just some Orc Marauders. Looks like we get 5 different designs 2 times. Here, let's go ahead and... Man, that is... You know what? Let's... It's almost like I wasn't quite prepared for this. Alright, let's try this. There we go. Haha. Making adjustments. Alright, so... We've got 10 Marauders. Lots of options for hand weapons, reloading, different guns, claws. I actually have some older Marauders. I don't even want to think about how big a Marauder force I could actually put together if I actually got all of my stuff out. It would be massive. But the detail on this is fantastic. Now, the body and legs are one piece. That's going to make assembly a lot easier. But they're still very, very well detailed. Now, Mantic is known as having budget options. But that's not always a bad thing. I mean, especially with how prices are going a lot lately. To be able to have something where you can get a good-sized game, a good-sized... a good amount of miniatures for a reasonable price is awesome. Let's focus in now just all the different heads that you're getting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So about 13, and I probably miscounted. No, 13 different heads, all different designs. You've got an officer with a fancy little officer's cap. These are fantastic looking models. It's just flat butt joints, so I'd prefer pin or at least like a ball joint, but it's probably a lot easier for them to just cut flat each time. So can't really fault them for that. So I'm going to guess, based on the numbers, since they give you 40 Marauders, that there's probably 4 packs identical to that. So we're not gonna open all of them, but just know that we get a lot. So let's take a look here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I was right. All right. All right. These. Oh, those are Peacekeepers. Let's hold. Okay, so the Rippers are going to be in the bags. All right. Let's take a look at these real quick. Alright, so these are Enforcer Peacekeepers. And so far, very happy with these. I've had some of the older Peacekeepers before. It looks like they've got a few different posings on the body. I believe the box said, yes, 5 Peacekeepers. So with this pack of 4, I'm guessing that there's going to be a separate one, like a Peacekeeper Captain, in one of the bags, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. But again, fantastic detail on these. We've got some regular Peacekeeper heads. Oh, there's our 5th torso. Okay, so never mind. You get all 5 out of one bag. But yeah, this is... Okay, and actually they've got markings on here. A, D, C, B, E. Okay, so they've got them marked, I believe, as far as which torso they're going to line up with. So that's actually going to make assembly a lot easier. They've got them marked up here by the legs as well. Okay, so keep that in mind. Match the letters for the legs to the letters for the torso, and that will make your assembly a lot easier. Mantic has gotten some grief in the past for just lack of instructions, things being difficult to assemble, but that is not too bad. All right, so these are the regular enforcers. You get 5 per bag, so you're getting 4 bags of these. So we'll just take a look at one of them. All right. So we've got one with our torsos and legs. Again, marked A through E. So that will help you get your torsos and legs together. We've got close combat blades, burst rifles, flamers. Actually, that's a burst rifle. These are just regular rifles. So yeah, so you can do close combat enforcers. You can do ranged enforcers. And if you are a Deadzone player, these are going to be great for you as well. So, all right. So that is those are the miniatures on sprues. We get lots of bases, 60 of them. Obviously, 60 models, 60 bases. We've got larger bases for the Ripper suits, for the Enforcers. We'll get to those bags here in a moment. 8-sided dice. Command dice in orange, black, and green. These are the same dice from Vanguard and a couple of other games that Mantic puts out. The old Walking Dead miniatures game that they put out. The Walking Dead game just used pips, but same basic dice. Let's see here. Alright, so then we've got... Alright, we've got a bag of Ripper suits. I'm going to have to be careful because they're not on sprues, so it's not going to clean up as easily. And once they're assembled, we'll do some assembled reviews as well. That I am not opening because they are tiny bits. Let's see what we can do is to minimize reflections. But those are the heads, some extra missiles. So we get 2 Ripper suits out of one bag. Lots of different options, belts, guns, arms. It's really good. These look like the old Restic ones, but It's a darker plastic. So if you have those, these are still going to be pretty much the same. As I'm losing pieces all over the place. All right. So yes, you're going to get 2 bags of Ripper suits. And then 1 bag of jet bikes. Okay. Folks, I hate to disappoint you, but as you can see, there's a lot in here, and it's a lot of little parts. They used to come on sprue. They've apparently gotten the factory to cut everything down, so I'm going to leave them as is. I don't want to lose anything. But then you do get a couple of clear flying stands that you can see there. All right. Finally, we get down to books and getting started. All right, we've got our tokens. All right, so we've got large tokens. We got small tokens. These, I'm not entirely sure what they are. It's green on one side and gray on the other, or gray on one side, green on the other, however you want to say it. So I'm going to guess that these are like either supposed to be terrain or effects of some kind. Obviously, I'm going to have to read through the rules. But we'll set those to the side. All right, we've got the rule book. Nice full color. All right, you know what? I need to get this box out of the way. Again, folks, nothing but professional here. All right, so we've got a rule book, a force list book. This is good because as they update the game, like add new units, things like that, they can just replace the force book and keep the rule book mostly intact. It is full color. Good examples, tape measures. So it's yeah, you're moving based on inches and not cubes like you are in Deadzone. Lots of good diagrams. A lot of missions. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 narrative missions. 8 battle missions. So I think that's supposed to be for more like tournaments. Narrative is going to be more, okay, these are going to be kind of weird. Try these things out. Not necessarily balanced. So regardless, that's still 16 different missions. Right out of the core book. We've got actually, okay, that's another good thing to point out. So 63 pages to talk about the rules. That's extremely rules light. So many diagrams, charts, even a lot of art. So that's not even a full 63 pages. And then we get into a Warpath Universe section. So lots of art, fiction, background. Oh, look at that. I mean, if you wanted to play Space Elf robots, I mean, that's definitely going to inspire you. Yeah, detailing all the factions that they have. Yeah, this is going to be a fun book to dig into. I'm excited about that. We've then got the force lists. So, how to build a strike force, Asterians, Enforcers, Forge Fathers, GCPS, Marauders, the Plague, and Veermen. So there's 7 different factions. Obviously, they've added 2 since Deadzone came out. But yeah, just force lists, art for all of your different units. You know, examples of painting. This is fantastic. Oh, I have so much reading to do. And so much ADHD to fight with. Hooray. All right. And then we've got a... Okay. Oh, man. I wasn't ready for this. Getting started pamphlet. Obviously, you're going to want to focus on this a little bit. Assembling the models. First games. But assembly instructions. And like on par with another big miniatures company. Colored so that you can identify pieces. That's great. Sorry about that, folks. We then have starter list. Now, this is actually interesting how they did this. So, I realize you can't read all the details, but for the Enforcers, it's facing this way. For the Marauders, it's facing this way. So you literally can just open this up, lay this flat on the table. It's right in the middle of the pamphlet, and both players can see their chart without having to pass the book back and forth. That actually is a really, really brilliant idea. Got a beginner scenario, so you got another one. Quick reference charts. So I think this booklet is going to be fantastic just in a general sense. But man, that is... All right, that's our Firefight box set. Mantic is doing a push right now for Firefight, so you're going to want to check out manticgames.com for more information and to see what else they've got going on. But like I said, I'm going to be working on assembling and painting these over the next month. So please come back, hang out with us, and ask questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer those. But otherwise, I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and let me know what you thought. Are you interested in Firefight? Have you played it before? Love to hear what you have to share. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.